This is why you don't leave your stain rags in your shop. We came out to the driveway to check on the rag bucket and my stain brush, because I looked up on YouTube on how am I going to get the stain out of the brush, and all of that stuff. Is it I don't know, I paid $10-12 for the brush, and I put some mineral spirits in there, and I set it in a little plastic, you've seen my little plastic Project Toters that I get at the dollar store, or Big Lots, but for $1. And so I had a 5-gallon bucket that I use in the shop to for stuff, and I put the rags down in there and came out, and that was 2 days ago. And so I set them out here on the driveway, and then it was 9 o'clock or something. When I got up in the morning the next day, they were still out here. Now, somebody had knocked over, or the wind had blown over the little shoebox plastic tote that the paintbrush, the stain brush was in, and that the mineral spirits had all drained out onto the ground or whatever. And so and that was yesterday morning. Let's see, 48 hours. So 9 o'clock the next morning I checked. So this is about 36 or 40 hours after I put the bucket of rags out here on the driveway. And I came out to look for it, and the grandkids had been here, and I thought, it's gone. Somebody took a bucket. And there's kind of a dark stain over here on the driveway where the bucket was. And I thought, okay, somebody dumped the fluids out on, that was from the mineral spirits and the stain that was in there, because it was all brown and stuff. And so I come over here closer, and I'm like, what the heck is that? And it took me a minute to realize what I was looking at. And I only realized what I was looking at, I think, when I saw the stain brush. So let me turn you around. Take a look at this. This is why you don't leave your stain rags in your shop. This was my bucket. And I had a pile of rags in there about that high. And that's my brush. That's burnt. That's melted. This is the handle for the bucket. And this is plastic in my driveway. And dried up bits of rag from the stain. And my plastic toter, Project Toter, is over here. This is where over there, that's where the mineral spirits drained out. That sucker melted down. Now it is not warm whatsoever. So that happened somewhere between yesterday morning, fairly early, and now, sometime in the last 20. The kids didn't say they saw a fire going out here or anything. Holy mackerel. And I don't have a clear shot to the shop. Guess I could check the security cameras and see if they've registered some kind of a flame, but there's a shop, and I have cameras on there, and they kind of see the driveway. I can see headlights and stuff coming up here, but I guess I'll check and see if there was fire. Wow. don't leave your dirty stain rags in the shop. And I thought, I'm using an oil-based stain. I didn't think it had like boiled linseed oil in it or anything. And so I almost left it in there in the bucket. I'm like, this is not the stuff. That sucker caught on fire. Man, I could have lost the shop. Wow. Pay attention. Don't get lazy. Keep your rags out of the shop. Keep them in a metal bucket with the lid on it. Put some water, put some solvent down in there, something to get rid of that. If you're dealing with leftover rags that from solvent stains, wow. And I was just reading on Reddit. Somebody said that they ran their rags through their washing machine, and I thought, my wife would kill me for doing that. But they ran their rags through the washing machine, and then they had them in a laundry hamper after they had been washed, and his daughter saw them smoldering, and his wife grabbed them and got the smoldering laundry basket out of the house. And that was after they had gone through the washer, and I don't know, he didn't say the dryer, but he said gone through the laundry, and they were laying in a basket, and they had been washed out, and they still combusted. So, all right, keep your tools sharp, keep your wood dry, and your shop rags out of the shop.